Alright, welcome back, guys, and we're gonna be literally going right off of, the last video. So, as from what we left off, we went, I think, the two endings. One was shorter than the other, but yeah, I think, honestly, I preferred, I don't even know, both were kind of weird. So, let's see, honestly, let's kind of see what's here. I think there were some choices that we did not do.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
I don't think that was the narrator. I don't know if you realize this, but narrator, but that's not what I was talking about. Killing a person is bad.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking, causality doesn't matter here. Because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the prince, it's no use arguing semantic unless, of course. Yes, but you're...
Okay. I'm gonna silently continue. I'm not gonna...
You make your way up the short path. A warning. She will... We're not gonna go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princess. Ignore him.
I think for now...
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade...
Okay, so... let's enter the basement. Let's not take the blade, because last time we took the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Wait, if she's been down here in this basement, wouldn't she have to starve to death?
Okay. Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me... I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late. princess hesitates. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me. Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you...
Not really. See,
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but... Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
What is with the I think part?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Let's see what happens if I try to release her.
How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how? I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose... That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much.
Leaving her alive is too risky. So I'm the only one who liked that.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. But if you don't, I can...
You have to make... You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making... No. I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete... If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Okay, this is a bit creepy.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams. Is someone else here? You try the door. Your shouts and... You're here to... You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you.
There's a slight panic rising in the prison.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with it as she rips her flesh from her bone. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her. You cut into her. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the... Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy... She didn't so much as utter a... No. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No.
Okay, so the narrator is like some sort of god or
Can't
something,
just
or
let
what?
her escape into the world.
I think the narrator is the one who
As the
knocked
princess
this.
approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do... Watch me.
What are you...
What the fuck?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, but the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
Okay.
As your body remains
I
frozen
need to
in
do
stubborn
where I just stab her
resistance,
immediately.
the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this is...
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally... Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again.
I'm sorry.
Okay, she's doing this on purpose.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse. It can't just end like... Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone different, everything goes dark. And you... You're on a... You're here. My tricks. If he doesn't remember what happened, then... Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? Oh, yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intent. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. What can I say? A warning. She will lie. I do. But I also... Sure, yeah, don't pay their bickering.
Wait, did the door open the other way?
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison. The blade is your implement. You walk up. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Can I throw away the blade or not?
The door to the basement creaks, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, a soft voice.
Hello?
Her voice. It's somehow even more... I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Oh, I should have done a
You
save.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding. My love!
We're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
Wait, I'm checking the achievements. There are 97 achievements here. Oh my god.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was...
That's okay. You were just doing your best.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with...
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you.
He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand
Couldn't
from her
she have just done
bindings.
that herself?
That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
Okay. Is this a good ending or what?
Don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before. I mean, you sort of did last time, but this is different.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers. We have each other. I like to think that you do. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Okay.
You and the princess walk up the stairs.
What if I feel like she's gonna get stabbed?
Ugh, look at the way she's
Or I'm
smiling
gonna get
at
stabbed
you.
in a few seconds.
She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every
Like,
whim
it sounds
of that
kinda just a little
delusional
fire.
voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door and the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one.
Dude, we're screwing
You
over
and the
this narrator.
princess make your way upstairs and You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door, and then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
We
Does it work?
did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
What?
She's gone. Is that a... What is that supposed to mean? whatever awful thing, I'll do it then. And
Okay. Withered.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reach. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. I am everything that you have known. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Okay.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
So. Okay. So
You're on a path. You're here.
okay.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make a warn. She will lie. We're not going to ignore him. The interior of the blade. You take the blade. The daughter, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they...
You walk down the stairs. She's so focused on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right. We shouldn't. We should. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I agree, voice of the hero.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Okay.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
I think this is the real princess.
Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long...
Just how long has she been down?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
Sounds like Jayoma. Allegedly.
Princess hesitates. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any... She knows what she'd do. She's just certain.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't...
Like I said, it's all about so do you trust me? The prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the war.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything.
Oh, yeah.
Again, she offers... She hesitates before...
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eye. She isn't suggesting what I... She is.
Oh? Have you decided?
You know.
Should I just slay her?
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand. She casually sidesteps your... We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you as you lie, crushed and broken. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you.
She applies more. This is the end. I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. Your honor, your hit.
You have already committed to my completion.
Again? If he doesn't, what is... A warning. She will lie. I'm not being a pessimist. You're being annoyed. Just ignore... I agree. If she's wrong, rescue her. Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't... So please, try to... If that's what you want.
So the hero is telling me to just save her while the other one is.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of the blade is your... Why do we feel so? We don't feel... What are you talking... You reach... We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left. No blade this time. Yeah, blade, no blade. The door to the basement, it's still a stone base. Her booming voice.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the
You weren't kid. You shouldn't have come down. You need to get down there.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you.
The little bird has returned to me. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed, you know?
Kneel.
But the words don't leave your mouth.
That's my good little bird. No, the last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of you. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods.
I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop? Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. If you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. Know the limits of your privilege. There is an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet. All you have to do?
Don't be rude. It's not rude to question. That's exactly why.
I can, easily. But that isn't the story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will. Is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It is the destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake, is deserving of a song, the song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you, and from your act of utter devotion and submission, springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference, because in the end,
I try.
your will was so easy. All you need to do now is break my...
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limit.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chain.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been... You poor, wretched little thing. It's easy. And once, please. There's nothing to be sorry about. Alright, I'm done with this. Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her
Sushi
wrist.
of the narrator.
She is loose, and
What a good disciple.
she's gone. Oh, and there's that mirror again.
But it feels so bad. Like, I don't want to...
Okay, a mercy.
What happened? What? Honestly, I don't get what I'm supposed to be. Am I a bird? Cause now I'm like a bird looking thing.
There's a world beyond the. Do you know it? Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I'm asking you because I can't.
These are so long. Let's see. Thoughts of the
This
vessel.
one is dominance. A figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you. No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you...
Ah.
If he drives you towards my destruction, then he is steeped in delusion, for he does not know me. Just as I hold compassion for you, and you hold compassion for me, you can hold compassion for...
Okay. So, I just hate the fact that he controls me.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Wait, what?
I will be here.
So,
Your Honor, you're here to. A warning. She will not take the interior blade. You take the blade.
Who's that?
Don't. Good. You walk down the stairs. She's so focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward.
Oh? No talk. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason. So, you should.
She's on. You lunge forward. You feel.
Oh, this is it. Do you actually.
It's like she's yes, but it's over. Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do
Let's
I
see what
feel like
happens.
we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty. But that day isn't today. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from...
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago... What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
What's done is done. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here. I do, but you're the blade. We can use the blade to get out of... I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take this, do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us... Don't you... Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward
Okay,
for
I hate
saving the
the narrator
world?
now.
An eternity?
The narrator is for sure the
Whatever.
enemy.
For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw... The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, the end. Nice knowing you. You're on a path. You're here. My... That's fine. It wasn't very hard. Well...
You have already...
Oh, she will lie.
That's the cabin melted like that.
The interior of the cabin is cold. The blade is your... It feels like no one's been here for her. Like I've been saying, she's dead. That's because there isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? I care about whether we... I'm not lying to you, I promise. You take the blade from the table. You reach for it, and now it's gone. Let's not... The room, nobody's here. As much as I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the... Okay. It's just like I told. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the... Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I had some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. Okay. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to. Without a moment's hesitation, it's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times...
You're adorable, but I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
You swing at the princess once more, and once...
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, Killer. All I ever wanted was to leave this place, wherever home.
Her eyes turn...
I guess violence is the only language.
She forces her hand. Yes? Nothing happened.
Are you sure about that?
And yet it didn't.
Not yet, but let's see if you stay that way.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next. A horrific splintering, the squelching of all...
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to...
She's real now. If she's... You swing your blade towards her brief, but it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still... Did we? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious...
Bygones, like, be bygones.
You're on a path in the... And here we go. The deck's stacked. Come on. Let's not give in to all that misery. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of... I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be, seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some... Wouldn't that get... I don't know. Okay, so you've already been here. Twice, even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly... The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin. Well, of course we weren't happy. That's why we It was bullshit. So you killed... Yes. And then she... Even though she was already... Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you... All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Then she... So, standing around her. Only we don't have to see her. No, but she can't kill us out here because it's the only more rules. You continue down the path towards the. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination.
I'm kind of skipping.
I don't think you need any words
a lot
of
of
warning.
these are kind
I
of
think
this,
you know
like,
what's in there, and despite your
process is pretty
protestations,
similar.
I think you know what you need to do.
From like the message, like what the conversation.
The more he talks, the more I'm interested in saying. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me. It sounds like somebody's about to crack. There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you. Would you look at that? We won.
I should read that thing. Especially with all these cons offering their uses, honestly seems more than trying to talk sense with you, the more single-minded they're trying to about it. Okay. So yes, I'm done trying to argue.
Take it however you will.
So
the interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance.
there is no
Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward. Fluttering
Yeah.
helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... what's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here. Great. Something else has been... I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. If you're asking what's at the way to the... No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. What are the odds she's waiting for us right there? Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you. You can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectation. Nobody is calling the shot. You slowly make your way towards the gaping... We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
interesting.
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. Here we go. You reach your arm forward into nothing. It's like this place...
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again?
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your
This is
ankle.
pretty creepy.
Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then it, she, the princess, constricts. Your bones
I'm not trying to
snap.
screw myself over with the...
Icy pain
Jumps.
radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with a terrifying visage of the
Is that a
princess.
zombie?
Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe I'll... So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your... And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. Do we even have a choice? You always have, maybe before, but not now. Exactly. What choice is... Well, unless you have any specific...
Great. See you in a jiffy.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the repper... You sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like... And crush you along with her? Not that I even can. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I... And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you... Are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet. I'd beg you to resist, but you've already surrendered your will to her. Anything to get out of this. It's a new experience.
You should try. Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. Please, just It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given... No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer. It really is, isn't it? Isn't saying all of this his job? Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a... This is it then. I just hope it's a way out.
Oh.
We're us again. How interesting. We actually won!
What is happening to me?
She's gone. And there's that mirror. I would have kept... What is that supposed to mean? So you're the real puppet master here?
Where's my reflection? Is that Crow?
I think you know what I am.
What?
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Of course, that is by both necessity and this construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world, but you'll be awake soon. I do. The people out there are real. No matter... Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be... It doesn't hurt. No, I'm not from one vantage. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task. I'm sure many of them were convinced that, for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had, except for me. I can... Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or... So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of... Seems that every me you met did a real shit.
I've said my piece. It's like I said, I'm...
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
So is this like quote unquote the end?
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature. When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Okay.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Okay. So, we'll do one and then we'll do the other probably. One will probably be slay and then one will be not slay.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what will enlighten you, then so but violence is defined with
You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, only with both of us is there a future to look towards. What you mistake for lecture is merely observation. You can vainly struggle against me. Your lover takes a stake into your body, and enough, but the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back. But you say
a boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are
These are all the ones that were
gory
kind
river.
of went through.
You are
Just one more.
and you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not you.
you learn to put yourself away, And in your stillness, you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives.
I reject authority.
The echoes saw horror. Nothing is immutable. There is no constant. Open. Nothing brings me greater joy.
Okay.
I love you. It's magnificent. Everything.
Okay, so I don't think. Okay, let me check out the cheats. So apparently there's a good ending. So you quote unquote finished, but there's like a lot more stuff. Jesus, there are a total of 97 achievements, and I've only finished 21 of them. In 2 hours, that's such not bad. But that day, that's a lot. And honestly, I'm kind of mindfucked. So, like, I really don't know what's going on. Let's see. Finished. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's build back here. And let's throw a save file here just in case. Just in case. Alright, so there's one that's useless.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to... But
You're less like what the stakes meant nothing to you.
oh,
You
and even then, what was... Nothing is immutable. There is no constant. You cannot...
Oh.
even now you think
You don't have to face her alone. All of them? I don't think that's wrong, but you'll never be able to strike it as there's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began.
it's time to resume.
She's relentless, isn't she? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to... That'd be nice. A little... Oh, we never really got to talk to her, did we?
Okay.
This one. No hard feelings about taunting us with our deaths, by the way. They're not... Oh, that... Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Really goes to show... It's just us. And I've been here since you left me here. No hard...
Alright.
Yeah, the interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin. It's still shaped like a cabin. It's just, you know, come to think of it, I always thought... You never mentioned that it's gone, though, and I know I've already meant... That's probably for the best. It's always... So, you're... No, we've been through too much. You've gotten sick. Besides, what's the... There's the guy. Those winding stairs again. But now that... Yeah, it was...
It's okay. You can come down. Let's talk one last time before you kill us.
She doesn't sound messy anymore. And forward we go. We should... That was easy compared to last time. Just... Yeah, that wasn't so...
Even after everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still want to kill us. The Echo really got his hooks into you.
So this is really it then?
So, you've made it even through everything. Through all the worlds
I mean, he's killed me in
we've
4
seen and
lives. I've only
experienced.
lived in 1 life.
Through all the
you know?
lives we've known and lost. We could never imagine a world without, despite it all, we've always loved you.
So by destroying her once for you also destroy part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended.
She's... gone. Is that a metaphor, or... That's right. We've got our whole... It's quiet. Yeah, there's not... Come on, man. It shouldn't be that hard to break. He's gone. She's gone. We didn't... You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt...
Taunt us with this.
We never left. We've just been quiet, hiding. We're the house now. We get... You should never make assumptions about things, torturer. And to think I thought we could rely on you. This is going to... Slaying our beloved and threatening us. You all need to lighten up. Telling us we were going to... I'm not sure they agree with you. Knives out, boys. It's time to get to work.
Oh, okay. We finished that. Apparently I got an achievement that not many people have gotten. It says, you make enemies with yourself, or something. So... Okay, honestly, that's a lot. Jesus Christ. See, I've been playing for this for quite some time, and I think... Honestly, I think that's it for now. I don't know if I'll actually do another, video on this. I'll consider it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this. I might come back to it. I'll probably do some research and see, how some of the endings, because there are legitimately a lot of achievements in this, and I'm assuming those can be tied to, the achievements, let's say, for example, I still haven't gotten the thing called A New and Unending Dawn, Slay the Princess. I never got that. Or, I didn't hear no bells, fight your foes unarmed and go the distance. Or, that shouldn't have worked, take the bait from your foe. Or, strike me down, unleash the power of pacifism on your foes. Oh damn, that's kind of creepy. So yeah, there is quite a lot of achievements that I still have not even... Well... Yeah. There's quite a lot of achievements that I still haven't gone through. Yeah. And apparently there's one where I can kiss her. So I don't know. I have to see if I come back to this. That's a lot. I might try to get all the achievements, but that will take a while. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. And I guess I'll maybe see you playing this game again. I guess more Genshin content coming out soon. Some other content like this might come out later in the future. We'll see. Thank you. Goodbye.